2 defeat. What are your initial thoughts on the game?
Oh, we weren't very good tonight, but for me, the referees ruined what? The last 2 games have been really, really good against these. No goals, but really, really good games. Plenty of football played, and I think there was 4 or 5 bookings for us. I think it was 3 for them, and that, I can't remember. I don't know, you two might correct me, but I don't think there was a bad tackle in the game. And for me, that is a sign of when a ref is not in control of a game. He starts throwing bookings around to try and regain that control. And he was just, he wasn't very good last year, and he got promoted from step 4 to step 3, and he's carried on in that vein. But we weren't great, but we're 1-0 down. It's a Stonewall penalty, and again turned away, and that can change the game. We go, if we score that, don't get me wrong, we've got to score it, but then we go 1-1, and it's a different game. But if not, 5-6 minutes later they go and score and the game's gone. So what they don't understand is the moments in games are in their hands, and they're deciding games. The Redditch gaffer, who I get on with really well, he stood in front of a camera and said exactly the same. They don't understand that they're deciding games, and they shouldn't be deciding games. And it was just poor. But their rotation in midfield was very, very good, and at times we didn't lay a glove on them. And then we've had really good chances in the last 10 minutes, and I think if we go and score in that last 10 minutes, it probably makes a spectacle of the last 5 or 6, and maybe we go and pinch a draw. But on the whole, I don't think we deserved anything out of the game.
And in your preparation for the game with the resignation of Tim Flowers, did that change anything for you?
No, they're no different. They played exactly the same way in that game as they did in the previous 2 we played against them. Exactly the same. It doesn't. I think if you look at Tim's interviews over the past 4 or 5 weeks, and Rowie talking to Stores, they're obviously the new gaffer, he knows, he's saying we've been playing really well, we just couldn't score. We've let them score 2 tonight, and they've won the game. And that's the difference. That is the difference. It's the fine margins, and we weren't good enough. But again, the first goal, the soft fouls he's give leading up, and then he doesn't give that in the box. Don't get me wrong, he's had 2 swipes at it, and we're centre midfielder's nowhere near him, and they've tapped one in, and that's football for you. But listen, it's poor, but we didn't deserve anything out of the game. That was probably our worst display in 4 or 5 weeks. And
why is that? Just not at the races, in your opinion?
Yeah, just too many players miles off it. And they need to look at themselves and say, I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus, but we've been really good. Even in our loss on Saturday, we were brilliant, fantastic. Looked like a proper team, defended well. Yeah, they scored 2 against us, and we scored 1 against them, but we looked like a proper team, and we're really, really good. You come here tonight, and it's a totally different. It looks like a totally different team, and we're virtually the same. But you've got to do your jobs, and enough of us tonight didn't do their jobs.
And obviously, you train on a very nice 4G pitch. Does playing on a pitch like this come into effect at all?
It's the same for them. It's one of them, innit? They train most days, hybrid programme on an Astro, just like we do, and majority of the teams do, because they don't train on their pitches because it gets this time of year and they cut up. So it's exactly the same for them. Yeah, they play here more times than we do, but we weren't that bad. It's cut up a little bit in areas, but it was playable. We've knocked the ball around on it, and they have, so it's no different. It's an excuse if the lads are using that, or anyone thinks that. I think it probably evens it up a little bit, but at the same time, people aren't doing jobs, and you've got to do your job. You've got to pick people up. If my centre mid picks him up in the box, he doesn't score. Harley's made a brilliant save off the initial one, but he can't do anything about the second one. It's popped back. That's where someone's got to go and defend him, and we haven't. So we deserve to be 1-0 behind.
And on a more positive note, you had Isaac Reed back tonight after a long time out. So how good is it to see him back in action?
Oh, absolutely brilliant. He's obviously been on loan. He scored and set some up. So it's brilliant to get him back in, integrated back in. And obviously after tonight, we'll have Wisey back. We'll have Nath Haywood back. So we'll probably be a different side on Saturday, but it's just we carried too many tonight, and too many couldn't get going, and when it got a little bit tough, we didn't dig in and show our worth like we have done in other games to get back into the game against Harborough, show some character, but we couldn't do it tonight, and we had chances towards the end to go and make it interesting in that last few minutes, and we didn't take them.
And how do you, ahead of Saturday, how do you get players to get that character or do their jobs ahead for that one?
Oh, listen, they'll be sat in there hurting. They were hurting after Saturday, and to now lose 2 on the bounce, they'll be hurting. So they'll have the bit between the teeth. We'll train Thursday. We'll prepare correctly, and Royston at home, they've got a bit of a travel down to us. So we'll do things properly, and we'll have a chat Thursday, and we'll do our prep, and I'll get the lads going. It's my job, and it's something I'm man management wise I'm really, really good at. So we'll go again. It's not great losing 2 on the bounce, but top of the table, and like I said, Alvechurch are a very, very good side. Not so long ago they were flying high at the top of the table in the top 2, 3. So, and I don't think they've changed the way they're playing. They've just been on a bit of a bad luck, just like we were at the start of the season. So they're a good side. There's no bad sides at this level. We've just got to be better at our jobs, do our jobs, help out each other, and then you're a better side.
And last of all, obviously, that's 2 matches on the bounce with losses, but 2 matches on the bounce where you could argue that a game has been decided or severely impacted by refereeing decisions. How frustrating is that for you in those moments?
And that's what I said. When you actually look at the game, and we'll watch it back, I don't think there was actually a bad tackle in the game, but I think we've ended up with 4 or 5 bookings. I don't know why. And I think they've got 3 or 4. Again, I don't understand why. There's nothing in the game to warrant those bookings. Yeah, there's a couple for pulling back and the promising attacks. I get them. But 7, 8, 9 bookings in a game, it just, for me, it just shows that the referee's not in control, and he's trying to regain that control by throwing bookings around to try and get it, and that's not the way to do it. Have a little bit of about you that you can talk to players, instead of saying to players, get away from me, and this was for both sides, get away from me else I'll book you. It's not the way a game should be reffed. They should be able to talk to you, and that's players included. They should be able to engage with you and also take some criticism, just like we have to. If I'm not doing my job properly, I'm down the road. So, but with referees, it doesn't seem that way. It just seems they keep going up and up and up, and it's not. We had this referee a few times last season, and our club secretary said we had him a couple of times, and he did mark him down for being not great. But I don't think it makes a difference what you say about these referees these days. If they want to pull him up, they just chuck him up, and ultimately he's had an effect on the game. Like I said, we probably didn't deserve anything out of it, but if that penalty gets given, and it's a stonewall penalty, we've already watched it back, and it's no difference to the free kick he gave on Josh Bailey, who's running with his back turned and the ball just hits him on the arm and he gives a free kick. There's no difference in it. If that gets given and we go 1-1, it changes the whole, probably gives us a lift and the game probably changes. I'm not saying we would have won it, but it just changes the game. But they're just having too much of an effect on the game, and they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be deciding games.